So thank you for prioritizing meeting with me. I really appreciate you holding this time. I know you're super busy, but I wanted to find time for both of us as soon as possible to discuss your participation in this morning's meeting, and specifically a comment that you made that part of the community we serve doesn't value education. Does it feel okay for you to have this conversation right now?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm aware of what I said. I'm sorry.
Okay. So honestly, I've never heard you communicate these types of mindsets about the kids, our families. So can you tell me a little bit more about what you meant when you were saying that?
Again, I apologize for saying that because look at me, I'm a Black and Latino, and I feel bad for saying that about our kids who I identify with. But I feel like I'm really, really frustrated, and I've been putting a lot of effort and really been trying to push the kids, but parents of our Black and Latino kids are like not supporting them as much as the white and Asian parents are. So I kind of feel stuck as to what to do, and I was frustrated, and that's why I said that.
Yeah, and it's clear from what you're saying that you value those kids in your classroom, and you put in a lot of work in identifying intervention strategies for them. And it also sounds like you've also done some smart thinking around our kids who are growing the slowest are having the least amount of support at home. So when looking at your data, your lowest readers are largely your Black and Latino kids. And regardless of what is happening at home or parent involvement, do you believe that your Black and Latino kids are able of learning at the same pace as our white and Asian students?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. And that's really helpful, LaShonda, to hear you say, because quite honestly, the comments that you made in our meeting today really isolated some of our staff members, particularly ones like you and I who identify racially with the demographic of our students. And I know that based on your participation in earlier meetings, that your morale and the way you participate drives the energy of our team, and that definitely affected our team's energy today. So let's get super, super concrete. So our team vision that we created together says that with our support, all of our students are going to be able to academically create the lives that they want in their college and in career. When we think of all students, for you, does all of your students include your Black and Latino kids?
Yes, I think that's why I'm really frustrated, is because I didn't know what to do at this point, or still don't.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're facing both some technical challenges and some adaptive challenges. Technically, how are we getting all of our parents in the door? And that's a real challenge. But there also sounds like there's still some adaptive work we can continue to work on together, or just around your mindset and your belief that when things get difficult, it seems like it's becoming challenging for you. So quite honestly, we can't talk about both those technical and adaptive challenges in one conversation, but what I want us to do today is to start with the technical challenges, and then you and I schedule some time, potentially even next week, to really get into this mindset and this belief, because I want you to have some time to reflect on your own about the weight of your comments for both you, the rest of our team, and your families. So when we think about technically, what can we do to get parents in the door? Share with me what you've tried already.
Honestly, I feel like I've tried a lot with the kids, but not the parents yet.
Okay.
So you're making me very aware of what I should be doing right now. So I appreciate that. And I'm starting to think throughout this conversation that I should start bringing in our parents more often, and setting up events within my classroom to bring in all of my parents, not just the Asian and white parents when we have different events. So maybe scheduling things in the evening and scheduling things within the day so that parents have the opportunity to attend during different times.
Yeah, and that's really smart thinking. So let's actually make this a working space. So let's get super concrete. Because you said during the daytime and the evening, so you're thinking really critically about parents' capacity, when are parents free. So we could think about a daytime event, even potentially on the weekend, right? Because now we're getting really creative about time. What could that potentially look like, you think?
I'm thinking maybe on a weekend we can do kind of a Saturday workshop where we have parents attending the workshop in that event, and we can maybe talk to parents about literacy and choosing the best book for your kid, and then maybe in another room having kids and doing something with your parents, maybe to build that involvement between the kids and the parents.
Yeah, and there are so many people on our team who I'm imagining, who I know for sure will be excited to help us with that. When you were sharing, because I think that's a really smart idea, one thing that popped into my mind is how do we also carve out time in this space to hear from parents? Because I think one thing that is constantly happening, I think from our whole team, is that we are assuming what parents need, but I honestly don't think we've asked them a question yet. So like maybe even in that space we can ask parents like, what do you need to better help your parents with homework, and then we can adjust course from there. What do you think about that?
I think that's great. We could set up like, you know, for the spring semester, Saturday workshops where parents can come in.
Yeah.
The first one could be like a generic literacy one, and then or a reading one, and then the rest of them we can give out a survey at the end, and then cater to those.
Yeah, I think that could like work great, and it's really important to me that all of our parents are involved in school and classroom, and like honestly feel like our school vision relates to them as well. So you have this great idea. If you think about like rolling this out, what support would you need from me or like the rest of our leadership team to even begin to make this happen?
I think maybe like the space and the time to like go to school on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Like to get in the building, and some funding, like a small budget, so we can have like snacks or like some muffins, orange juice in the morning for parents and the kids.
Yeah.
And then maybe some teacher volunteers to like babysit the children who do attend with the parents. So you kind of have like a room.
Yeah. So how
So they
about
know what to
I'll like share verbally this idea to like our other admin. I'm sure they'll be super excited, and then you can send me like via email the ideas you have around like space and time, and like we can get started that way.
All right, that sounds great. I'm really excited.
Thank you so much for coming to this conversation.
Okay, and again, sorry about that.
Okay.